Hi friends, I want to thank everyone for 200 subscribers. As of recording this, I think I'm at 198 and I never thought that would happen. I kind of just thought this was just for me and nobody would really be interested. Not that that's like huge or anything, it's just, it's really cool to know that other people are interested in these things and find what I have to say enlightening in some way. It really makes my day. The nice things, the comments, it's silly, it means a lot to me. I can brush the negative ones off pretty easy because that's all part of the internet, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my previous videos that were outside in the mountains. I really had a lot of fun doing that. Today, I'm going to just go back. We're going to continue on with the Rider-Waite deck and do some more kitchen witchcraft and whatever else, that I'm laying awake at night thinking about, and I go, gosh darn, that really needs to be talked about. So, okay, here we go. So today we've got the Knight of Cups, and here he is. The Knight of Cups, as you know, the Knights are all fire. And the pages are really more of the imagination. The spark, it's, that stage after aces. And then with the Knights, though, we have action. So this guy, he's all about the action. And he's got his wings on his helmet and his boots, and this is really, it's like Hermes, the Greek god, or communication with attachments with Mercury. So there's that, and this is like the emotions and the messages that he feels are divinely inspired. So for me, he's the masculine Queen of Cups. Really, I guess in a really more romantic way, in masculine as well, but he values this emotional experience. And then, for some people, like, I would say that this can be, this might be an empath, a male empath, or, somebody who has abilities. So they can reach beyond understanding your psychological knowledge, or they have this, they're in contact with their spirit guides, or they're just empaths, and they really have that really deep understanding. So, as you could tell, there's, it's kind of like a barren desert. We've got the river that flows through it, because he is, he's got a cup, and that has to do with water and emotions. This night, he's bringing spirituality and emotions. This is like the abyss. And there's really not a whole lot here, but he knows. His presence is so. It's like everybody notices it, and he fills almost like the void with his presence because he's so charming and beautiful. So he brings life to the desert. Spirituality in particular. Now his horse is not moving very fast, but he's still traveling. He's still traveling through the tarot. So basically, he, as he's going through his journey, he is looking, for me, when I look at this, he's looking into the cup in a really longing way. Can't take his eyes off of it. So he's not real concerned about getting anywhere fast. He is here for the journey, really understands that the journey is the destination. And that is, of course, what you know, you got like, it's almost like a polarity where we have when, you know, a really, what emotions do is they bring insight and a richness to life on this upper scale. On the lower scale, they can kind of be tied to addictions. Hey, addicted to love, addicted to, or very much like a manipulator. But you know, he's here and he's got that. He's looking into his emotions. So this has to do with, you know, he's receiving these messages from the divine, through the subconscious mind. You know, the little salamanders on his garments. I mean, he's the knight in shining armor. They represent his real, you know, ability to look into the depths of himself. So yes, he's charming, he's young, and he's beautiful, but he also understands himself, which is pretty unusual for a young gentleman like a knight. So he spends this, you know, a lot of time in introspection, looking and observing his own emotions. So, you know, I mean, I do this, right? You have this day that's really emotional, and then you look back on it and you say, well, why did I feel the way I did? Not why did I really react, because you can understand that once you understand your emotional makeup. And then you can, you know, work on your emotions if you choose to, because he is a messenger here. And so we've got the elements of air and the element of water in the emotions. So intellect and emotions. Of course they are affecting each other, but this knight understands that by understanding the emotions, it affects how we think. If you are angry and you leave it not introspected at all by yourself, it can't be fixed. You know, it's a real, as well as there's a kind of like, you know, you travel through life and you have these different emotional experiences, and if you're smart in some way, you learn from them and how to what their uses are, right? It's kind of like that. So he understands, like, for example, and I think this is true, really, grief and anger. These are all facets of sadness. Anger doesn't really seem sad on the surface, but it is. It's just aggressive sadness. And that's kind of a real introspective idea here. So, you know, he's traveling forward and he's looking, and also, of course, he's not here to do battle. He's not got a sword. He could do battle with his charms and his wits in that way. But he has already seen some battles and his own emotions. So of course, this guy is looking for love, and he is and not in a rush. So this night, he knows himself and he knows what he wants. But by knowing, you know, when we know ourselves, really know ourselves, then we know other people. because there's just a basic humanness to us. And let me tell you something. People, we as people, we long for many of the same things. You know, you really long it, and see, it doesn't even really matter. You could be married, or you could be single, but you can long for forgiveness, or somebody who's alone. Long for love, longing to be understood, and we're always looking to, you know, have that emotions fulfilled through experience. And that's always going to be there, because the journey never ends, because it really never began, and so it's beyond our comprehension. So, you know, there's that, and it's like, you know, upright here, this guy, he's not just romantic, he's a great friend, because he understands his emotional self, and he's open to this. See, if you have trauma, you have a bad time, and you close yourself off, well, you're cheating yourself out of this, being open to experiences. This night, he knows that by remaining open, clairvoyant and emotionally open, that he enriches his own experience by being open to that. And when he encounters other people, he helps them feel their emotions as well, because he knows what it's like to long for all these different things we all long for. And this is all in this positive way. You know, you really can associate him with romance, but like I said, he can be a good friend. He can be an experience, and it's all really emotionally good for you. It's a good cup to drink from. So yeah, obviously in a love reading, you're gonna see that and know that you have a person that's got a good relationship. If it's in kind of a work or finance way, then you know you can get really creative, because this is still an imagination in action, and it's the understanding that even as we age, that imagination plays a huge role in keeping happy and interacting with our conscious and subconscious minds. So, reversed. This guy, he's just so emotional and doesn't understand any of it that he's completely moody. And if he does understand, he doesn't want to put himself into, you know, making something real, like getting a normal job. So he manipulates maybe women into doing things for him, because he knows how to charm them with his bad boy feels or something like that. And then, you know, he's just living off of them, kind of a thing. You've also got, kind of like with the Queen of Cups, if he's just really young and he doesn't understand all this emotional experience, or if he doesn't understand he's an empath, then, you know, he's really going to seek out maybe addiction. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love, right? He's addicted to love. He's addicted to experience and you know, chemicals, drugs. It's not about the person that he's with. It's about, hey, can I charm you? Hey, can I charm you? And if I seduce you, then you know, you're one of my conquests. That's this guy in reverse, okay? And you look at your surrounding cards, you look at, is it love or finance and stuff? And it's really all these kinds of aspects. So I think that's a good way to just get back into tarot here. I really just wanted to say thanks again for 200 subscribers. If you like what I do, stay tuned. More tarot, more kitchen witchcraft, where, you know, I explore herbs, which is really awesome, and whatever random, you know, occult, paranormal stuff that I feel like I should talk about. So I'll see you guys in the next video.